Alright, so we're on the play, and this is one of those really awkward hands where we lead with Fortified Village because otherwise it won't be untapped. And then next turn we won't be able to play the Vista because we don't have the basics. Or we could play the Vista and hope to draw a land that we could reveal with Village so that we could play the Copter, because really we want to play the Copter on turn 2, but that plan involves us drawing a land. So I think the correct play here is to play Village, reveal Vista, play Envoy next turn. If we draw an untapped land, we play Copter. If not, we play the Vista tapped and another Envoy, and then next turn we could start playing the Copter. So I think this hand's good enough to keep because we do have a first turn play, second turn play, and the potential to have a really good opener if we draw an untapped land. But it's definitely, if we don't get that land, it's definitely like slightly below average. And looks like we're playing a human deck. I think we can make this attack. Yeah, the opponent probably blocks. We're okay with making this trade. We're also okay with just trading damage. So we definitely just want to get this damage in. Probably not even going to attack us. Probably just going to play a creature and then leave him back to flip. Yep. Okay, now this is an interesting decision. We could play the Tracker, or we could play the Smuggler's Copter. I don't think Duskwatch is right. The opponent missed their land drop, so it's possible they don't have a play, and then Duskwatch flips, and we get to kind of go crazy on our turn. Not too crazy, though, because Copter still costs 2. But we could then play the Champion. I think it's more important to get the Copter active, because that'll give us an extra draw step to draw that land, so we can go Tracker land, get a clue. Yeah, so I think we just play Copter pass. And then they might flip the Gossip Monger. I hope they do, so it has to attack. But they probably don't, and they just leave it back on defense, so that they could have the same line set up next turn to where they can like threaten to block and transform it into a 2/3. Yeah, and that's what they do. They make what I take to be the correct play. Yeah, it looks like they might be playing the deck from my article last week. Glad I only put 18 lands in it. Might be losing right now. So I think that our play is going to be Tracker kind of no matter what. If we draw another 1-drop, we'd probably rather go Recruiter 1-drop. I think I'm happy with playing the Tracker, though. We're not attacking. Actually, we're not going to be attacking with the Envoy anyway, so might as well just, yeah. I forgot the Envoys are not attacking. If we drew a land there, then we could attack. Alright, it's not the worst. So do we want to pitch a Champion or a Recruiter? I feel like the Champion is going to be more beneficial here. Here we're going to get a clue, which might be useful later on, which is partly why I felt like we didn't need the Recruiter. It's because we're going to be sacking the clues instead of recruiting. Alright, now he's going for it. Decides it's time. Declaration in Stone. Yep. Alright, we got all the clues. Now he's going to attack us for 5. And do we want to make this block? I think we don't. Yeah, because we can just play the champion and gain some life. Yeah, Heron's Grace champion seems really good in this matchup. So we're going to take a kind of unorthodox line here, but it's just to gain some extra life. And yeah, we'll discard the village. So now we go up to 19. The opponent goes down to at least 12. Takes it, goes to 8. Yeah, now the opponent has this transformed rabble and just really does not want to be on the offense. Yeah, things look real bad for the opponent right now. Can we actually just kill him now? Yeah, we can kill him here. No. Yeah, because you can block one with a copter. So if we go Lieutenant, attack, he can block the tracker and go to 1. Like 4, 7, 3. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to cast the Declaration in Stone. Yeah, the opponent's just taking the business here. This doesn't really matter. We'll sack a clue, keep this guy alive. And the opponent concedes. They'd be going to 1, we'd be going to 18. Yeah. Alright, so I don't want Gideon, especially on the draw in this matchup. I do want this removal spell. So Fragmentize can kill Copter, can kill Always Watching, and it can kill Stasis Snare. Could kill a Clue. It could kill like a Scrap Heap Scrounger if the opponent's playing my list, which is probably likely. So I think hitting a copter or an always watching is enough. I think a 3-mana removal spell is probably not ideal. We probably don't need Sigarda. Humans we control have hexproof. Yeah, this is more of a slow card. The Grace Champion seems very good. Tracker seems not as good. I could see Militia Captain being good. Probably going to have a board stall at some point. The question is how many Fragmentizes? I think I want a decent amount of them. I think I want 3. I'm banking on the fact that they have Always Watching, because that card's very good in that deck. So we know that they have Copter, which is one card that's not easy for us to deal with. Yeah, so this hand is fine. We have stuff going for us. Sure, we'll reveal it, whatever. Keep him guessing, maybe we'll play a 1-mana instant. Yeah, and there's the Concealed Courtyard, so this is almost certainly the list I wrote about. Is it going to be double 1-drop or is it 2-drop? It is the Copter. We do have the answer to the Copter, and I think we want to play it. So here's the trade-off. The opponent is very likely going to play a spell next turn, like 99%. And it's going to be a creature to feel the Copter. We probably want to trade whatever we play for the Envoy, which I guess the Duskwatch Recruiter is more expendable. And then next turn we want to play 2 things. We want to play like a Recruiter and a Fragmentize for the Copter. The fact that we have all 2-mana spells in hand other than the Fragmentize is the only reason why I'm not Fragmentizing here. I think the Recruiter is more expendable. Mostly just because we're trying to play around Declaration in Stone. Like if we play the Captain here, and let's say we draw like another Duskwatch Recruiter, then we play the Fragmentize and the Recruiter, and the next turn we want to play more cards, and it's like, alright, well if I play more Recruiters, then like we just get completely blown out by the deck stone. So since our plan is to trade with the Envoy, since we're behind on board, we're trying to recoup tempo, then I'd rather diversify my threats to play around the Declaration in Stone. Opponent discards their own Fragmentize to the Copter. Yeah, I guess I'm assuming that that's what they drew off the Copter. Now here I do want to trade again, and at this point I think I'd rather have the Recruiter stick around, and I think that the opponent's going to play a spell, so since I want to trade, if the opponent like plays a creature, makes the Lieutenant a 2/2, I'm going to trade with the Captain. So this part is the obvious part. fragmentize the copter. And then I think I like this line. So the next turn we can play Canopy Vista, Recruiter, Declaration Stone. Yep, there's the Always Watching. And I happily block the Lieutenant here if he attacks with it. Then we could just deck stone the Gossip Monger. And we're good. So now the opponent has one card in hand and a Shambling Vent on the board that could be active. But we now have active Recruiter. And we're flooded, which is, you know, Recruiter's the right card to have when you're flooding. So now it's a question of can we get back into this game and really turn the corner now that things are kind of stabilized. I want to try to find a creature here. Okay. Definitely want to play the land. No attack. Now unfortunately our guy transforms. That was awkward to miss on 4 attempts at hitting a creature. But at least we're holding back the Inspector now. That's one advantage of missing. Maybe the opponent will play 2 spells here? No. Alright, so we take 3 down to 8. Okay. Not bad. Alright. We've not missed a land drop yet. I think we do not attack. Yeah. Like, we're so far behind in a race situation at this point. We just want to try to hold off his attackers as best as possible. So the Gossip Monger would become a 3/4, potentially a 4/4. There's no reason for him to do this yet. So now the question is, do I want to make a trade here, or do I want to go down to 1 life? I feel like this tracker is kind of important. It'll allow us to draw another card. But our life total is also important. Opponent has another Shambling Vent. So next turn we can make the tracker into a 5/4, which we're still going to have to just trade something with the Rabble. Yes, we are missing out on a card, but I think the life total is more important than the card in the spot, even though both are important. So next turn, hopefully we can draw something here. Ooh, that was Yeah, it's not a human when it's transformed. It's unfortunate, but I didn't need to do that. Well, they might kill the... Yeah, if the opponent's like in-step stasis snare, and we didn't play that land, we'd be in bad shape. So we're only going to get punished if we draw like a copter or another tracker. We only have one more tracker in our library. Other humans get +1. I really want to transform this guy, which is kind of why I want to make this play. Man, this is tough. I think I just stasis snare it and then Heron's Grace Champion on the end step, as weird as that is. Alright, so here's my play. I'm going to double block, and then if the opponent has like a stasis snare, I'm trying to bait them into using it. Otherwise, I'm just going to stasis snare the Shambling Vent. Oh, put the Grace Champion first. Interesting. In that case, I might just want to make this trade and go to 8. Yeah, actually, that's okay. I thought for sure he was going to put the Recruiter first. Alright, well, not the ideal target, but gotta do what we gotta do. Just need to flip this guy back. And we'll use him. Okay. Do I want to use it again, or do I want to play the Copter? I think we want to use him again. And do we want to attack? I think we do. This opponent's going to attack us with a 3/4. Alright, so we have our work cut out for us, but we are doing stuff. We're going to be playing 2 spells on our turn, so we'll be able to flip it back and use it. Yep, that's not ideal. The old 2-for-1. Okay. We're casting both and activating this guy, so if we hit a 1-drop or something better to do, yeah, so I guess we do it. Alright, there's the 1-drop. Do I want a 2/3 or do I want to 2/2 this guy? I want to 2/2 this guy. And double, always watching. Makes this guy a 5/4. I think we want to keep our Duskwatch around. Oh, that's interesting. No more artifacts for the Exemplar now. Our blocking is going to be a little difficult. Okay. So we can put Copter and Lieutenant in front of the vent. We can put Lieutenant and Inspector in front of the Exemplar. I think I'd rather take the other ones. Yeah. That's a nice one. 4 mana up. If we attack with everyone. Don't think I want to attack the Inspector. Alright. I mean, I'm assuming the opponent will attack us. We don't really have a lot of good blocks, though, either. That was kind of awkward. So if our guy flips, interesting. Pre-combat, play out all your guys. Alright. And no attack. Well, jig's up. See, at this point, I think we can just activate the recruiter. I just feel like a Bant Company deck now. Let's go with Lieutenant. Attack for 14. Play Grace Champion. And flip our guy back. I guess trying to set up some double blocks. Lieutenant's going to be a 9/9. Jeez. So a lot of stuff happened. We're back on 20. We have nothing we can do. And my deck's don't have Sweet Sack a clue. We have this 4/4 back. We're going to activate. Yeah, we'll go with another one of these. And we'll activate again. Let's go with tracker. And 1, 2, 1, nope. Just play into our Deckstone. Deckstone hit all 4 of our lieutenants. Then just play another Grace Champion. I suppose Avacyn would be real good here. Still are. We still have all these, like Avacyn into Deckstone, I guess would be the way to do it. Like even then, we'd still have a Duskwatch Recruiter, so we'd rebuild faster. So do I want to play our Grace Champion? No. I don't know why you block the 6/6 instead of the 10/10. That doesn't. Oh, he's stasis snaring. That's why. Interesting. And they've had enough. Alright, good game. Wescoe won the Human Mirror. Go figure.